So in this diorama we see something of the Battle of Stalingrad. This is the moment on the 23rd of November 1942 when the two pincers surrounded the troops within Stalingrad. This of course happened a very long way from Stalingrad itself. It was undoubtedly the greatest Soviet victory in the Second World War and the best plan they came up with in the entire war, in my opinion. We start off with on the left hand side, a assault gun. I'm not certain if these ones here it strikes me as though these actually came on in 1943, although I could well be wrong, and I'm sure the person to the diorama knows more than I do. We see a number of T-34 tanks which led the assault, and within it there's quite a fair bit of destroyed German equipment. We have some German prisoners and some German even cooking utensils and other bits of pots and pans and hats and things like that lying there. Another German prisoner there. Still got a Schmeiser, which I find that a bit unusual. They'd leave their weapon with that, even if it was the thing there. But you can see his total disregard for what's happening, apathetic, and you see actually and his face, the idea that the war is now lost. Of course, the Soviet Nazi war wasn't even halfway over. Coming around, we can see the two groups which actually met each other. There was a film that was actually made. The film was the advance was so quick that it had to be reshot for the camera. So this famous scene where the two groups of Soviet troops coming towards each other, that was done after the battle for the newsreels. It was all acted. Coming around, we can see now some shootings going on, some firing. In all honesty, I don't think there would have been much shooting going on by then, by the time these two groups met each other. Undoubtedly, there was the Romanians and then the German troops in the north of the pocket had to put up with a great deal of fire. But by the time they actually met each other, I think for all intensive purposes, the heavy fighting there was over. Of course, the heavy fighting within Stalingrad itself had to go on a great deal longer. The battle didn't end until 9 weeks later, on the 2nd of February 1943, with the loss of huge amounts of life, undoubtedly, the greatest battle of the Second World War and the most terrible in terms of loss of life.